All right, guys, let's talk about this. This is a special one. Welcome to MTV at Comic-Con, guys. Good to see you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been high on my list for a while. We're very excited about this. A new kind of different incarnation of the Transformers universe. A new filmmaker at the helm. We're very excited to see what you've brought to the table, Travis. Talk to me just sort of about the approach for Bumblebee. Do you approach it as a Transformers movie, as something within that kind of stable of movies, or its own thing, or what?
Yeah, I mean, the Transformers has a history that goes back nearly 35 years. And so, I was part of that first generation of people who grew up loving and playing with the Transformers toys, who watched the cartoon, who read the comic books. So for me, the opportunity to go back and to try to tell a story about these characters that I knew and loved growing up was really exciting. I was thinking about some of the other formative things that I experienced in the 80s, all the loves and obsessions that I had at that time, and one of the big ones was Spielberg and those great Amblin Spielbergian coming-of-age stories. And so for this story, it felt like it was a perfect way to merge those two things. And for me, the Amblin stories, they always evoked three key responses in the audience, which was wonder, laughter, and tears. And that was the heart and soul of what we tried to capture in this film. And I think, I think we succeeded.
And it feels like you conveyed that. I think it surprised people in a pleasant way when the trailer hit recently, in that it's got kind of like the action you would hope and expect in a Transformers movie, but it has kind of a little bit of that Amblin E.T. kind of a vibe to it. Give me a sense of sort of like your experience on set. Like, what are the moments where you're like, yeah, I'm in an 80s Amblin-ish movie, or I'm in a Transformers movie? What are the moments where you're like, this is something very unique?
Ooh, well, George and I actually had a couple of those moments where we were in the car, and whether it was me driving or not driving, it was more the times where I wasn't, right, where I had no control. And we would literally be, flying downhill, come to a screeching halt, like inches away from this man right here who literally didn't budge, and him and I had that look in our eyes like, it's over, we're done, this is it.
Were you worried for yourself, or you're going to kill John Cena?
Oh,
like
both.
We're gonna, for sure, he's gonna stop everything and the car.
Right, it's going to go right through him. Yeah, exactly.
No, he'll break the car. But no, those were those moments. I think when we made it out on the other side, we were like, this is absolutely insane that this is what we're doing right now.
Yeah, it was a great time. Obviously seeing everybody in full costumes in the 80s, all the extras coming around and whatnot I'm like, if this is what the 80s was like, I'm glad that I'm not there, but I'm happy to see this. This is cool. This is tight.
The set design as well was incredible.
Yes.
No, it looks really tight.
I can't tell you what was incredible about it because I'm sworn to secrecy.
Right.
But it is, you would walk on set and you would walk into a time capsule, a time machine. It was very, very well done. Whoever you got at the helm, they did amazing. The set design was spot on. So
besides your task as an actor, did you feel like you were unofficial 80s consultant on this one? You were the one that can be like, this is how it was back then, guys.
I was a kid, so yeah. I kind of had a little bit of validation to be able to say, but it was really cool to see, like, tech has advanced so much, and enjoying some of those things as a kid, and being able to see how just bulky everything was, and now how fast and slimlined everything is. It really, you really did that justice. It's proper. It's absolutely proper.
Is it noticeable for you day to day that you're in? It sounds weird for me to even call it a period film, but it's kind of a period film.
Sure.
Is that a noticeable thing? Like, oh yeah, I'm in a different era.
Yeah, yes. I think obviously when we would walk onto set, Charlie's home is very different than my home. But there were obvious things that stood out. The wardrobe was obviously not what I'm into.
Have you absorbed any of the 80s wardrobe into your own?
Yeah, kind of, a little bit here and there, I guess. But there were obviously obvious things that stood out. But it felt as though it wasn't so far-fetched that our generation will be turned off by it, if that makes sense. So
yeah. So what do you guys love about, for you guys, again, the Transformers films mean so much to so many people. They've obviously done quite well for themselves. What did you love about these films even prior to getting involved in
For me personally, they were like my favorite franchise. I saw them when I was, I think, 10 years old, and when they were making all the sounds, I was like, oh my god! The
yes.
He's got a new career as
that
the
was
sound
good.
effects.
Hey, hit me up, Trev. You know, a little extra sound like that. But no, it was tight. And just really to be a part of it now is such a blessing, because it's what I grew up, and now I'm a part of telling the story to the new generation, to the new 10-year-olds.
Right.
So it's tight.
Is what is Michael Bay, who obviously helped create this franchise, like? What's his function for you as a filmmaker? You obviously are making your film, but do you look to him for some guidance or show him cuts, et cetera, or?
Yeah, Michael's been really great and supportive throughout the process. It's you know, I didn't know quite what to expect because I didn't know him before we started working on this movie. At the very outset of the film, we met several times, and just talked about it. I talked to him and asked him about his approach and you know, just the way he shot the robots, how he thought about the robots. And it was really instructive. It was totally different than the way I approached it, but it was just interesting to try to crawl inside his brain and try to figure out how he crafted this franchise for the last 10 years. Once we actually started getting into production, you know, Michael was incredibly respectful. He realized this is a different kind of a film, this is a different kind of a filmmaker, and he wants to be supportive of the process, just as he would if he was directing a film that was being produced by somebody else. So he's been great. He's provided notes, you know, where he thinks, hey, maybe you might want to think about this. But it's been a really great and collaborative process.
I mean, you've worked with some major special effects before in some films before, right? But are you able to lose yourself, like, because I would imagine you have to have a relationship with particularly Bumblebee.
Sure, yeah.
So can you kind of lose yourself without being like, I'm losing my mind, like when
Well,
you're acting opposite that?
That was actually my biggest concern at the beginning, was like, I feel like I can do this, but there's going to be a point where I go crazy, because I feel like I'm going to have absolutely zero other than Travis telling me, like, you're doing okay. You know what
Right.
I mean? No sort of reaction. But Travis really helped me through that. We had a man on stilts at one point to sort of give me the feel of what it would be like to have him moving around me. Tennis ball on a stick, though, was Bumblebee for me throughout this movie. But I don't know. I think having someone like Travis, this is weird because I'm going to talk about you like you're not here, but you're here, so I'll just point to you. He, obviously, with his background in animation, has this incredible ability to see the finished product. And obviously for me, I can read it on paper and imagine it, but it could be something completely different than what you guys might get. So it was nice to have somebody sort of verbally translate what it is that was going on, and that seemed to really help me through the whole process.
Also exciting to see John not only stop cars, or car stop for him, but to play you're a bad guy in this one, it seems like.
I can't confirm or deny anything you're talking about.
Any inspiration for this character? I mean, you're a fan of film.
You know, if you were correct in saying hypothetically,
Yes.
I were to play a villain, I think the key to all good, mean or bad characters is they believe in their heart they're doing just and they're doing right. So I've wanted so long in my other career because I've been a good guy for so long. I've wanted to be able to flip the switch and be a bad guy, just with a conflicted sense of awareness. And if indeed you are correct, that's how I would approach something like that. So if I were to ever get that opportunity, maybe in a movie that you could see coming out December 21st, that would be sort of kind of what I would do. And I would think I would greatly appreciate that and find it as a wonderful challenge.
Here's another hypothetical. I wouldn't necessarily. I wonder if people would guess who the biggest fan of BTS, the group sweeping the planet, is on these couches here.
Well,
is it John Cena here?
Well, I think by body weight, I am the biggest.
Yes!
Yes.
That's the answer.
Do you count yourself as a fan, Haley? Have
Yes.
you bonded with John over his love of
We have
BTS?
yet to bond. I'm
Here,
a J-Hope
it's
guy.
happening now.
He's
Okay.
a great rapper and he's got the moves.
You know what? He's not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I had some street cred
Okay.
back in the day.
You still got
No,
it.
I don't, guys.
Oh,
Guys,
okay,
you don't.
fine. Hey,
That's
no,
like
I don't.
you still
No,
got
you
it, but you know I used to be able to throw a baseball back in the day. No, you still can.
Right.
No, I can't.
You're a
There's-
singer. You're a singer. You could. There's a collabo I hear that could happen.
No, there's
John, you
love
sang?
him, but
No, I don't.
Can we hear it? No.
No, I don't.
What about a collabo, the two of you with BTS? This is the mega pop group.
This
is the.
This is my pitch.
Yeah.
You and BTS, and I will be their bodyguard because I know they're looking for a new bodyguard.
What do you
I'm down
think?
with that.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Since we're at Comic Con, I want to mention you're always. We've talked about this before. You're always fan casted as Batgirl in particular.
Oh, wow.
Cool roles like that. So we've heard lately though that in Birds of Prey, it sounds like Batgirl's isn't in it. I don't know if you're following this. You're busy, I know.
Right. Bit of bubble.
You're a bit of a bubble, but like I think it's Huntress and Black Canary are in it.
Okay.
So are you willing to adapt to another female superhero role
Am I willing to adapt? Yes.
if called upon?
Yeah, I mean, that
those
would
kinds of roles
be-
are intriguing.
Oh,
but yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. I love seeing what the fans say about all that stuff. I think it's quite fun. But I'm honored that they have me in mind. I'm excited for them to see our film and excited to be here, Comic-Con.
Well, I also want to mention I'm about to talk to some of your co-stars that are in the new Spider-Man movie. So you're playing Spider-Gwen,
Yes.
which I think is the first time we're going to get to see this beloved character
Correct.
in a film. Is that must be an exciting honor?
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely. And it's been an incredible process for me. I've never done voice acting to that extent, so it's been amazing to see it all come together. And visually, it's really unlike anything I've ever seen, unlike any other Spider-Man movie that exists. So I think people are really gonna like that.
Can you say anything briefly about what that character is all about? What Spider-Gwen's all about?
Spider-Gwen? Well, she is, I mean, she's a total badass. She's a natural leader, and she's incredible at being her and being the woman in charge, if you will.
I can't wait for the film, guys. Thanks so much for stopping by today. It was a
you for
pleasure.
having me,
man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We did it.